Hey
Hi.
y'all, welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans.
Or welcome if you're a first-time viewer.
Yes, I'm Liz.
And I'm Carolyn.
On Ravelry and Instagram, I'm Toolizzforyou, Toolizzforyou, or as I was told this weekend, Tool is for you. Yes, Jeep Geek and Michelle
Thought that was Tool.
They were like, well, you're an engineer, this totally makes sense. I was like,
that does,
whatever.
But I never thought of it that way.
I know.
Tool is for you. Cute. I'm cpredmor, which is a very old email handle from when you could only have 8 letters in your name. And I'm that on Ravelry and Instagram when I'm acting as myself.
And if you want to find the podcast on Instagram, it's Knitting in Our Jeans, all one word.
Yes, and I'm often posting there with a -C.
Yes, and
yes.
I usually tag mine with either an E or an L. We'll see.
Yes.
Depends on the day.
I do want to say that we really want to send really warm thoughts and hopeful thoughts to the people who've been affected by both Harvey, the hurricane, and Irma, which is wending her way through Florida viciously, having totally come close to wiping the Caribbean off the map. It's a good thing the islands are, I think, solid rock, or maybe and some are coral. Anegada, north of Virgin Gorda, is coral. So pretty sturdy. They're not just sand, because otherwise they would be gone. I think all of us saw the pictures of the devastation in Saint Martin, Barbuda, which has been now totally evacuated.
Thank goodness.
St. Thomas, St. Croix. I didn't see anything of St. John. I can't imagine that they have any power because they've got lots and lots of trees. Tortola. People are still posting on Facebook, have you seen my mom? Have you seen my dad? It's incredibly sad. These are some of the most beautiful places in the world. They're just gorgeous. And our hearts go out to them and to the people in Florida and to whoever will be inundated by the rain of the storm. It's, I think, going to turn into a rain event once it gets into Georgia and
hopefully
and stuff like that. So we want to let you know that we're thinking of you.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
So, what have you been up to since we last podcasted?
Lots of baby hats.
Oh my god.
Where's my... Here. I have gunned.
Oh, no, that's baby gunned.
I have gunned. Well, I have baby gunned.
Baby
gunned looks really cute in baby hats.
He looks so derpy in baby hats.
Anyway, I have made 6 baby hats, 3 of which have been... He'll disappear with this one. He's going undercover. Going undercover.
It doesn't really fit on him.
Doesn't really fit, but this one will fit him.
Oh, God.
Oh, I like this. This is like a beachcomber hat.
I was just going to say.
Hey, man.
He's the coolest dude ever.
That's right. Kind of floppy.
Oh, God.
Margaritaville is my middle name.
Silly.
Yes. So anyway, I've made 6, 3 of which were already turned in. This is my Quidditch hat, because with the fleece, I can show you when gunned, you can bring the brim down and hide your eyes from the basilisk.
Ah, look at that.
Look at that. And then up, you'd never know. It's a secret weapon.
It is a secret weapon.
So, hats are the only thing I finished.
Okay.
But they're all going to Winthrop University Hospital, the neonatal ward. So, again, with the Harry Potter stuff, and Knitting Crocheting Club, if there's classes, then I'm kind of at a loss as to what I want to do. I make preemie hats because there's always a call for preemie hats. And so, yes, we give them to the neonatal ward through our local knit shop.
Which is called Knit.
Knit, sorry. Which is in Roslyn, New York. And once a month, a woman comes on her rounds through the various local yarn stores and collects them. So since we have a once a month meeting at Knit, it really works out well. So I have done that. done Quidditch. I think I've done all my classes, but maybe not. Oh, I did. I turned in detention on my botanical yoke sweater because I handed it. I wove in all the ends.
Very good.
So that was good. Yes. I may have one more class. I have to look. I will look. And then I told Elizabeth that I'm such a good kid. I downloaded the last pattern for Tour de Sock. I'm not going to make it. It's not happening. What is it? It's a plaid thing.
Oh.
Very plaid. And school's in session. When it's summer, I can do these things, but I can't do them when school's in session. Things are just crazy. So I have the pattern. For anybody who's involved in Tour de Sock, you should go and download the patterns because they said that they may not be immediately posted to Ravelry. So you don't want to miss out on those patterns. And God knows I love the first two. I love all their patterns. So I just only was able to make the first two. And then I fell out. So these things happen. And what did you finish? What's off your needles, baby cakes?
My sweater that I wore yesterday.
Yes, and then
left it at the apartment because it was in the suitcase.
Yes, I picked her up at the airport. We'll talk about that more in detail because she's got stash enhancements. Did you bring those up?
Of course I did.
Okay. So what are you knitting so much on your needles?
So I talked to you all about bringing those two projects to the retreat with me.
Yes.
Oh, because yes, the reason I have no voice is because I went to the Nerd Girl Yarns retreat this weekend.
She's got this sexy whiskey voice.
It's so freaking annoying. And I lost my voice on probably midday Friday. But yeah, it's great. It's great.
It's perfect.
I also think I got a little tiny bit sunburned on the boat today.
I think you may have a little.
That's what I get for falling asleep. That's what I get for falling asleep on the boat.
Oh, you didn't have a hat.
I had a hat. I had my baseball cap on.
Oh, you need a big floppy hat like I have.
I have many of them. They just don't stay on my head very well when we're on the boat.
Oh.
Because Dad goes, get up, get down, get up. Get down.
He was manic today. Come on, Elizabeth. Meanwhile,
I need your help. I need you to do this.
She said, I got up at 4:30 in the morning to make the plane.
I have minimal balance
on the
as it is.
Yes.
I have even worse balance today. I mean, on the boat, I'm usually pretty good.
Yes.
In terms of balance. Today it was like we were on dry land. Did
you
bad.
See?
No.
When the boom swung and he's grabbing it. I mean, and it was pulled in to some extent. But
yeah, because I was very conscious of that. Because I was worried he was going to do it to me.
Well, he grabbed it and stayed on. So that was good.
So I started my Teen Titans Tailspin.
Oh, pretty.
So this is out of Heart You by Nerd Girl.
What a surprise.
Yeah. The navy blue is Neutral Zone, and the gray is Twirl for me. Those are my two main colors. And then I have 6
pops.
Yeah, minis. This first one is I Love Humans, I think. Something like that. Where is my little tag?
I think I like drawstring bags better than zipper bags.
Yeah, I Love Humans, which is from apparently summer of 2013, Who's Your Doctor? And I wasn't in that round, but I got it in a mini swap.
Oh, cool.
And then it's going to be we did a Teen Titans minis co-op. And so I think...
I like that.
Yeah, that's Cyborg. That's the color I'm on right now.
Ah.
But I have, I think it's like 20 grams of each. I'm not 15 grams of each, something like that. Yeah. So it's going to be I Love Humans, which is, which I'm calling Tara, for the Teen Titans, the girl Tara. Then we have Boy Wonder right here, which is like so Christmassy. It's so funny. I mean, it's Boy Wonder, so of course. I mean, it's Robin. Like, Robin is Christmas colors.
Did we say it's our 41st episode?
No, we didn't.
It's our 41st episode.
Very exciting.
Yes, it is.
And then the next color that you can see that I've started the striping is Cyborg. I'm going to do Starfire. After Cyborg is Starfire, then Raven, then Beast Boy. And then the bind off.
Cool.
It's a Josh Ryks pattern. So it's every row is written out. It's not charted because it's like insane. But it's fun. I do have to keep my iPad open with it when I'm doing it, just to count rows and to keep track of the pattern. But I was able to work on that on Friday and I guess the first half of Saturday.
Cool.
And I got up to the first little bit of section 3. So
nice.
So that was pretty good. And this is the beginning. I'm sorry, Mom. I just pulled a needle out of your thing.
Yes, you did. That's all right.
Don't know what.
It's just on the needles thing there.
So this is the beginning of my Oak Park cowl in my Kick-Ass Ladies set.
Is that your owl?
No, I didn't propose an owl or anything.
All right.
And because I figure let's just make the set of the mid-century collection from Laura Aylor. I have the Oak Park shawl or scarf. That was classy right there. Hitting myself in the face with the little thingy. That was great.
We are so classy.
I am struggling today. And I have the All the Shades of Truth shawl. So I figure let's make the cowl. So far I have Osgood, this the divider color, so the borders are all White Queen, and this is AKA, and these 3 are on Foxy from Nerd Girl Yarns, and it's so incredibly smooshy. It's great. I'm really loving it.
That's nice. That's really nice.
I'm working this on size 6s instead of size 5s because I did my, or instead of whatever size it's called for, I think they call for 5s. Because it's a DK weight versus the sport or fingering that it says it's written for. Also because I did my other Oak Park on 6s. So I figured let's do a similar workup. But yes, these are on Foxy, and then I have Nevertheless She Persisted, which is going to be my color number 4, which is on Smashing. So
cool.
I got all merino. I think they're merino silk blends.
I'm working on my gauge swatch for Nevertheless over there.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
It is really pretty.
But yeah, no. So that's glorious.
For Nevertheless, for those of you who don't know, it says eye-popping pink from Nerd Girls.
It's pretty fantastic.
It's really fantastic. So I am swatching to be able to make the pattern for that shawl. So I just wrote a pattern for a sweater. And I'm knitting it now, so we'll see how that works out. And if it works out, then I'll see if we can then downsize it and upsize it, and we'll post a pattern.
Fantastic.
I think that'd be fun. In fact, why don't I show them what
go for
I'm
it.
talking about. So I have started this. I've only talked about making this sweater for 2 years. So why do anything before it's time, right? So I have now done my hem. It's a 2x2 rib, and what I've got here is I've got some pearls only. It's being done in the round to give me a simulated seam area, and it makes a nice distinction, I think, between the front and the back. The front has this 80 stitch cable pattern, which I only have 5 rows done, so it's not really going to show that well just yet, but I have at least gotten some space going on the cable pattern, and I'm really pleased with that. And I figure if I could do 10 rows a day, I'll be making some strides.
Good.
Because 10 rows is an inch, and that way I should be able to get where I need to be on this. So I've done, well, we'll see.
Picked that up.
We will see if I get that much done, but it's a really, the color is showing up really nicely on the screen.
It is. It's
and
really
I'm really happy so far with the pattern. So I think it could be a crowd pleaser. And this is also nice.
Because it's bugga, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or is it traveler?
So it's sport weight.
It's bugga?
It's bugga.
It's very pretty.
Very pretty. And they're still selling Burton Griffin through the yarn company. And yes, the
website.
The website, yes. They keep refilling the crib. So Burton Griffin is still being made and sold. So you can get some. I don't know whether you can get asparagus, which is this
Age
color.
of Asparagus.
Age of Asparagus. But anyway, I do have that on the needles. What else did you have on the needles?
Those are the only two things I have on the needles that I worked on this week.
Well,
that wasn't my swap project, which I showed you all that I finished, and the recipient loved, which was very, very nice to hear. And then my sweater. My sweater was my big thing last week.
Well, we'll bring it in.
I will. I'm sorry. I also forgot to have someone take finished object photos for me at the retreat. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'll text Cal. I'll find out.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I had her take photos, but I don't remember.
Yarn barf. Yarn barf is right. So I also have been working on this. So Which
is Nathan Taylor's Remember Cowl?
Remember Cowl, yes. So I
got good progress on it.
Yeah, I'm really pretty pleased. I did about 4 rows last night. I've done 1.5 rows to 1.5 rows because I've got that much left to do with this row. I can't do more than just this last half because the pattern is so intricate. But I'm really pleased. I went back, I fixed some of the mistakes I had, and the mistakes I have is usually not bringing both yarns to one side and then both back to the other. I have a vicious habit of treating it as if it's color work. But this is fingering, and I think it's light fingering. It's a very light.
I mean, it's fingering.
But it's light. Light fingering.
Okay.
But I think for a cowl, it's going to be really nice.
It will be. It will
be very nice. So, and Rhinebeck in October can be pretty chilly. I remember one day standing in the Miss Babs line and looking at that tree that you can see out of those glass window doors, and it was snowing.
There was snow.
Snow was coming down. So here we are talking about the third weekend in October, and it was snowing.
Yep.
So anyway, it's nice. It's doing its nice reverse thing going on. So anyway, and Nathan mentioned us in his podcast.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Lovely.
Thank you, Nathan. And said that Knitty City was just so glad that he had stopped by, and I was glad he had stopped by too. You had gotten more involved with Pearl over the summer, and I didn't have that opportunity. So, you know what I meant to bring in? I meant to bring in my gift that I got from the lingerie store. I won the raffle from when we were there buying underwear and
foundation garments.
Foundational garments, yes. L'Occitane, and actually stuff I think I can use because it's not the cosmetics, it's basic skincare.
Nice.
So that's nice. I'm really, really pleased about that. And it comes in this really nice heavy-duty box. Not one that folds up, it's a box.
That's nice.
That is really nice. Very, very nice. So
it's very fancy.
Very fancy. Very fancy. So, and if you all are wondering, did she get her haircut? I did get my haircut on Friday. So now I have my bangs back. It still goes back in a ponytail, but had it cut by one of my favorite Frenchmen, Hervé. And we realized that I've known him for 20 years. Yes.
Since I was 7?
Yes, dear.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So, anyway, he was
I've
thrilled.
known him most of my life.
Yes.
That's scary.
Oh, well. Didn't bother me.
It's cool. I'm good with it.
That's right. So, magician with a lot of hair.
Yeah.
So, anyway, a lot of hair. So, he did a great job of trimming off those ugly ends that I had. And so, yes, got that done. And then I did a little work on Poppy's sweater.
Oh, yeah. You were working on that on the boat?
Yes, I was. Where is it?
I don't know.
I lost it. No, here it is.
I was going to say, you did not lose it. You took it off of the boat.
Yes. Whoops. That was my boat snack. So.
And your boat drink is in there, too.
Oh, goodness.
I see an open can.
Okay, well, that's empty.
Okay,
That was
good. I just wanted to make sure.
Just to get it off the boat. So I've done some more work on the armhole. I think we're almost, that looks almost like 8 inches.
Almost.
So.
Almost. I don't see a ruler, so I can't tell you.
By the time I get rid of those 5 stitches,
yep,
it may be time. Yeah. So this is the left front
of the Playdate cardigan.
Yes,
by
Tin Can Knits.
Yep.
So,
yep,
that's going pretty well. I was really pleased at that. I have no stash enhancements this week. Oh, but Robbie, I want to tell you, I have started working on that box of magazines that you sent over. And what I have done,
oh my God, Mom,
are
we turning?
We're turning this because I want to show Robbie that I have added them.
Oh, is it all of that?
It's that row
right here that I'm pointing
over there.
I'm pointing on the screen, Mom.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
That?
Yes.
Right there.
Yes.
That has been filled in.
Yes, it has. All done. So thank you very much. There were only about 8 that I had already. So I'm going to give those to Elizabeth. And thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
There are some Interweavee Knits and some Knitters magazines. I haven't gone through and done putting them in date order. But I will, and then I can check and see which ones I have and which ones I don't have. Your Knitters are very early, or not very early, but earlier than I think I had started actually keeping mine. So that'll be nice. And my Vogues, I can't believe when we moved from Port Washington that I actually eviscerated.
Well, because your words exactly were, I have them on my iPad.
I know, forget that. I like the actual physical copies. So it's nice to fill in some of the spaces of the ones that and I cut them out. I've got like spare pages downstairs in the closet.
I'm not surprised.
That was crazy. So anyway, it's nice to have those. So thank you very much. I really appreciate if you're wondering if I love the box. I love the box of magazines. Thank you. And I hope to, by tomorrow night or so, get the rest of those put and shelved in their proper date order. And it's fun looking at the older ones because we actually saw tonight some that looked really cute. There's one that was from, I think, 1999, 2000, that pretty lace. It was a winter lace thing. And then there was one that was having a discussion of twin sets. I'm a big fan of twin sets.
You are a very big fan of twin sets. I really am.
You know, it's something about, I don't want to, now that I've messed with the screen, I don't want to, well, when I teach, I often am going from one climate to another. So having that sweater I can throw on is nice. I like twin sets.
I'm glad.
So anyway, it's nice. And anything else? I think that's it.
That's it?
I do believe that's it. Yes. Now,
you want to hear about how the retreat was?
I want to hear all about it.
So.
This is the Nerd Girl Retreat. For all of you who went, I'm hopeful that you enjoyed it as much as she did. Hold up your bag.
I'm getting there.
Oh, okay.
Gosh. So, I got there early.
I could have gone.
I know. Well, next time you'll come.
Yeah.
You'll come next time. Yes, Emily and I are both working on getting our mummies there next time.
Well, if you do it in April,
well, we'll see when we do it. You know. We'll see when we do it.
Well,
we have to.
April or later would be great.
Yes,
because I'll be leaving.
I know.
Like 30 days after that, they can't do anything to me.
I know. So we all got really pretty name tags.
Oh, that's nice.
And badges. Yep.
Nice. Oh, I like that.
So you wrote it was blank and you filled in your name, and if you were a mod, you had a mod sticker, and if you're in a club, you have a club sticker, which was nice for the booth that Krista had set up because Boy Genius was running it, and if you were a mod or in a club, you still got your discounts that you would normally get anyways.
Oh wow!
Yes. So at registration, you would get your goodie bag. There were 3 different colors. There was this green or teal, green, purple, blurple kind of color. a dusty blue and darker blue, and a purple. All gorgeous. I just kind of went for the one with the most color because why not? And inside, I don't know if I have the other things that were in the bag. I don't think I do.
Where are they? In your suitcase?
No, I left the soap at the apartment.
Right.
So, Bambi Knitter donated some handmade soap, which was fantastic.
Lovely.
I got I don't remember now, but it's like the very, very lightly scented one. And I think it'll be really nice for my kitchen because I enjoy
soft on your hands.
I enjoy having some nice soap after doing dishes and things. The colorway specific for the retreat, which was called My Internet Friends Are Real.
Oh, how cute!
It's gray and blue and teal.
Oh my gosh! That's gorgeous.
It's on Bounce and Stomp, which is the like typical sock base, and it's just absolutely beautiful.
It is.
And then there were some stickers, some pins, and $10 retreat cash. So that was fun.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So it was a good little goodie bag. Also, I mean, you now have a project bag that was hand dyed by Krista. So what could be better than that? And I love this yarn. It's so pretty.
It's gorgeous.
So pretty. Makes me so happy.
Gonna be available for other people?
I don't believe so. I think it's an exclusive. I think it's exclusive.
Well, Krista, it's gorgeous.
Yes. And it's got the new tag, because why not? If you happen to follow Nerd Girl, you know that she changes tags, I mean, as often as she runs out of the old set. So, she decided to go with black tags currently. So they're fun. I really enjoyed those. And then we had booth. Then we had the booth.
What's the booth?
The booth of Nerd Girl Yarns. I got there after my friend Tanya did.
After?
Uh-huh.
Was there anything left?
Barely. But I managed to pick up a few things.
How did you manage to get there after her?
Because I went and got breakfast before she did.
Oh. All right, tactical error. Next time you have to go.
I don't care. Okay. I'm still going to order the stuff I wanted.
Oh, okay.
So Krista made this kit of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
Oh, wow.
And it's a set of, I believe, 8 colors. And then she has sets of 7, or it's like 9 colors, and she has sets of 7. I can't remember exactly, but it's she did them for the Find Your Fade set. I didn't really want to do a Find Your Fade, so I just ended up getting these 4, and they're beautiful.
They're gorgeous.
And they're on binary, which is 400 yards to 100 grams. It's 75% merino, 25% nylon, and it's a 2-ply, which is essentially it's Shimma or Astral without the Stellina, and it's just so lovely to knit with. So this is white with pops of black and kind of speckles, and that's called Enoch. I then got the purple one, and that's Jake. I got the dark blue one, which is Peregrine. And I got the light blue one.
Oh, that's pretty.
Which is Emma.
Nice.
And I'm thinking about doing a cardigan.
I think that would be really nice.
Because I do wear a lot of dark colors. Also because I feel like if I made a shawl or a pullover out of this, it would wash me out. So I think a cardigan would be really nice.
That would be lovely.
Yeah. And then I turned around and I saw this beauty.
I want everything she brought home.
So this is a chainette yarn. 2. There weren't any 2 of this.
Oh.
So this is a chainette yarn, and it's an Aran weight baby alpaca cotton. It's 120 yards to 100 grams, and I have this one, which is Sea Breeze, and then I picked up 4 in Iron Throne. And
Pretty.
I think, do we have the latest interweave out here? Up here?
Wait a minute. I think it's under the computer.
Vogue, 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 Vogue.
Under the Vogue.
I'm looking. No, that's piecework.
No, keep going.
I'm working on it. No, those are Rowans.
Oh, yeah, I know what it's in. I have it.
Yes, we are so prepared today.
We're very prepared. I didn't know you wanted this.
I know, I didn't realize. Yes, this. So, I have to get a copy of this for Jess because her stores don't carry this magazine. So either I'll give her my copy or something. Or I'll get it from Knit. I think if I do the body in the gray and the bottom and the cuffs and the collar and the sea breeze.
Be beautiful.
That.
This one.
I mean, they're all the same.
They are?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all different views. So that is what I'm thinking, but we'll have to see. But like, oh my goodness, it's so pretty.
It's wonderful.
It's so pretty.
It really is.
And it's alpaca and cotton, as I said. So that made me really excited. And apparently,
warm and cool
this
at
is
the same time.
Well, and it's bend friendly.
Yes.
And so
hugely.
Yes. And so I bought all that kind of matched. And it was a one-off. She got, only a certain number of skeins and then just dyed it up and brought it to us. So those were my two big purchases. And then I also picked up a skein of Cannon, which is her new 100% Shetland Aran weight. It's 180 yards to 100 grams. And it's so smooshy, like so
really nice.
So nice.
Really nice.
And this is in Dabbling in Anarchy, which is one of my favorite of her one-offs that she's done recently. So
take that away before your mother runs off.
I know I'm gonna. And then I stopped. That was Friday. And I was like, then there was this sweaters quantity of Parlay, which if you follow Nerd Girl Yarns, you know is currently in limited numbers because her mill no longer produces it. So it was called Restoring the Magic to England, and it was gorgeous, and it had been staring at me. And then Tanya bought it. But she's going to make a sweater out of it. And you want to know what's happened to the last 3 sweaters she's knit?
You got them.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, she said that, and of course everyone at the retreat had already found out that this had happened, that I've been on the receiving end of sweaters from her, and they were like, oh, don't worry about it, you'll get it later. I was like, I know. We'll see how that goes. But then, on Saturday, we looked at the booth.
Yes.
And I saw this, which is Ninja on Confetti Dingo. Look at how
fluoresces.
Fantastic it is. And I have those rainbow minis that I wanted to make that cloud lift shawl. Yeah, this is going to be the main color.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that.
Really nice.
I'm going to try and tell myself I don't need to cast on immediately. But we'll see how that goes. Yeah. We will definitely see how that.
I think I want to cast on that dress that's down there and Nathan's twisted socks.
Yeah, we need to behave ourselves currently. And then there's more. So we did a swap where you were only allowed, you had to make something out of 1 skein of yarn. Some people broke that rule because they read it as a 1 item. Or 1 item and 1 skein of yarn, and then it was and 2 extras. So anything that wasn't your handmade was considered an extra. Some of us bent this rule by using a project bag as the wrapping, or providing kits. So if you see anything tagged from Nerd Girl on the Instagram tag of NGY Retreat that also says it's a kit, Yeah, we found our next swap theme.
Cool.
Our swap mistress is going to be so happy with us. She was so mad. It was very funny. Yes. She was like, that breaks the two-thing rule. And we were like, it's a kit. It's a kit. It's one thing. And she was like, or my favorite was, it's a set.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty great. So I got, my swap gift was from Sarah Dyer. I think Sun Moon Stars on Ravelry. Sun Moon Stars 75. And she crocheted me this beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful
shawl,
scarf. Thank you, scarf. And I am a dingus who
like one word. Yeah.
and I am a dingus who left the card at home, at my home, my apartment, and I don't know what the colorway is, but it's on Shimma, and it's so pretty. Card? No, this just says that it was handmade or hand crocheted with love by Sarah Dyer.
That's sweet.
It's so cute. And she also got me a resealable bag of dark chocolate M&Ms, which is super exciting because I guess they just started making these again, like in bags that you can buy, because I haven't seen them for years. And they're the only kind of M&Ms I can eat anymore, which is sad, but I'm okay with it. But
good at the same time.
Yes. And then
what is this?
She got me a cross-stitch kit of the Ravenclaw house crest. Yeah.
Do they have one for Hufflepuffs?
We can look it up. I believe they're on Etsy.
We're going to have to look them up.
We will look them up. Thank you, Sarah, for now providing my mother with this face. We'll finish recording and we'll look it up.
Okay.
I did not think that was going to be your reaction.
Well, I've been looking for a count and cross stitch that's interesting.
Oh, really?
And too many of them are just too cute to die for. It's like...
Oh, the famous women?
Well, the famous woman is cute, but you're already doing that. So I don't want to do that. So I'm looking for something else, something... I don't know.
So we'll take a look at this shop. It's from, they're called Stitchering Cross-Stitch Supplies. And it's all in one kit. So, all but the hoop. So that's pretty cool.
It is cool.
And so that was swap. And that we did on Friday. Mm-hmm. And then so Saturday I bought the confetti dingo. And
there's more up here.
We had the mystery craft off, which was Krista's brainchild and absolutely hilarious. She had told us about it on Thursday and was cackling, madly cackling. She was so excited. So for my round, the prompt was...
So tell us how the game
starts
off.
So you signed up when you registered at the event. It was 6 people at a time. You had a box in front of you. You opened up the box. When Krista read out the prompt, you opened the box. You looked at what your mystery craft item was.
Had to be.
And you had to, and it had to include.
Right, okay.
So we had to include that. And then you had 2 minutes to run over to the shop table and grab whatever craft supplies you think you might need.
Okay.
And then for the preliminary rounds, I'll put it, you had 20 minutes then to craft.
Okay.
So round 1 was...
Sounds like a hoot.
It was. So round 1 was craft something for someone who doesn't appreciate hand knit or handmade craft objects.
Interesting.
It was very funny. Carly won that round with faux handmade socks. It was great. And then round 2, because I think, I don't remember what their mystery object was, like what they had to include in it. And then, hold on, I'm about to sneeze.
Bless you.
So, and then round 2, our mystery object were those discs.
Oh.
And our prompt was a Valentine for a pirate. So I made earrings.
Very nice.
and a beautiful handmade
card.
Valentine.
Yes.
Which says, Happy Valentine's Day. I'll probably kill you in the morning.
Yes.
Thank you, Princess Bride.
Yes.
And I was not trying very hard, if you can tell by what happened. Mind you, I also was like the second to last person done. We also finished very quickly my round. We also called the Great British Bake Off round of the Mystery Craft Off because we kept on saying things like, Do you have the glue? Does someone... Oh, can I borrow that marker? Which you're not really supposed to do, but we did. And then we cleaned up after ourselves because we still had time. And then we got accused of shopping at the shopping table while we were putting stuff back, so...
That doesn't count.
That doesn't count. So I ended up winning my round. And it was very funny because Krista apparently did not think that we would actually wear our winner medals. And mine, I didn't even try and put around my neck at the time, so I just wrapped it around my wrist and wore it like that for the rest of the day.
Nice.
Which was very funny to her. And then we had round 3 was... what was round 3?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think, because I know round 4 was floppy disks. Round 3 was a styrofoam ball, and it was your child has told you that at 11 o'clock or like 10 o'clock at night that they have a science project due the next morning.
Yeah.
Please create that project. And Aimless won that one with a solar system, a linear solar system, because everything's in alignment because I'm a hippie mom. And then I think she had also Fiery Death coming towards everything. I don't know. It was just hilarious.
Planetary thing just immediately popped in my mind.
Oh yeah, almost everyone did a planetary thing. My friend Emmy Christine did a model of human emotion or something. It was very interesting. It was very funny. But, I mean, Amy, with her, I'm a hippie mom, so my solar system is in alignment.
I love it.
Was phenomenal. And then round 4 was something you would find, a creature you would find on a sci-fi TV show, but you had to do something with it because it was a floppy disk. So you could not do nothing to the floppy disk.
Right.
And Twidgy Tudge, yeah. Kim, as we called her by the end of it, copy paste, because whenever one of us wants to, and whenever pretty much anyone wants to tag her on Ravelry, we just go find somewhere else and copy paste her name. Because
she just like
it's like Twidgy Chedge, but like remembering the order of the vowels and the G's and the T's and the W. Yeah. So Kim made a black box recorder, I think, something like that. It was very funny. And then the last round, the mystery object was macaroni. Dried macaroni, of course, like uncooked macaroni. And Jess won that one. Jay Swart won that one with a wall hanging. That was so funny because then I think she meant for it to kind of be like wind chimes, and then it just kind of disintegrated.
Oh dear.
It was the best thing. So then that was Saturday afternoon, or right at the end of Saturday, day session, I guess is the best way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had dinner, and we came back, and it was Nerd Girls After Dark. We're the coolest, we know.
You didn't talk about the tiki?
That was Friday. Okay, so hold on, let me finish Mystery Craft Off.
Okay.
So then we come back for the finals of Mystery Craft Off, where it is...
I'm on the edge of my seat.
I know you are. So it ended up being Jess, Carly, Kim, Amy, and myself. And if you have seen my personal Instagram, you have seen the set of photos. because I decided, yes, of course, we have to take a, selfie. Why not? So yeah. So yes, Amy got really into the whole competition thing and kept on trying to punch me. I have another good photo where I'm like, she's choking me. I have her in a headlock. It's pretty great. She's wonderful. I'm a big fan of hers.
Love by jujitsu.
Yes. So then we were given a ball of fun fur. And our prompt was create a new Sesame Street character. And we had to do something. Like, we could not just have the
character
ball of fun fur.
Okay.
Be. Like, you had to do something to the ball of fun fur.
Okay.
So first up, we have Jess. And that is what she did. I can't really remember who she was, but it was funny. Very funny. Especially because once we stopped presenting, she sat down and took it apart and started winding back up the yarn to then bring home to her daughters. And then we had Carly with Oscar the Grouch's little cousin.
Aww.
Who is all about recycling and teaching kids how to be responsible with their recycling.
Nice.
Yes. Yes. And then we have Kim with, I think, a relative of Snuffleupagus. I think that was her. That was her.
It has a nose.
Yes. So then we have Amy. Amy, who made Beatrice with the glorious beard. Apparently was very based on her D&D character from the night before. I can't remember what the shtick of her character was, but that was what it was. Yes. And then mine, who was Oscar the Grouch's. Yes, Oscar the Grouch's Jewish grandmother from the Upper West Side who used to smoke, who talks like this and used to smoke like 3 packs a day and, teaches kids that if you want to get into the smoking, you're going to turn into me. I mean, you look at Oscar and you look at how luscious and how green his coat is. And look at how light and how washed out my coat is. And it's just not as good. And, do you really want a voice like this? It was pretty great. And then Carly decided to pick on me for promoting children wearing makeup. And I was like, have you ever met a Jewish grandmother?
Without makeup?
Up the Upper West Side.
She's from New York.
She goes, I'm from Minnesota. And I was like, well,
yeah.
They don't go. And Amy came to my defense and she was like, they don't go out without their lipstick and their heels. I was like, exactly, y'all. Exactly. And then we had a mystery contestant who decided to just enter because she's her. Cowl, Cavewoman 62, decided to make, trying to get a good one, the one-eyed monster. We're just gonna leave that. It was very funny, but was not eligible for a prize. I believe Carly got third and got a gift certificate. I ended up getting second and getting this beautiful skein of a mystery one of kind on Bounce and Stomp.
I love Bounce and
Stomp. It's so pretty. And
it's incredibly pretty.
Actually, Jess Swart won, and she got a glorious plush Nerd Girl Yarns blanket that has the logo on it and everything. It's so beautiful. I'm kind of glad I didn't win it because I would not have had a way to get it home.
No.
But Jess had won, actually, the new Nerd Girl Yarns tote bag earlier in the day.
Damn.
So she had something to put it in.
How'd she win a tote bag?
We had drawings throughout the event.
Raffles.
Yes, raffles. You put your name in when you registered, and we drew them, and then during the workshops, we also passed out different things. Yes. So
this was like a gift-filled event.
It was fantastic.
Wow.
And a lot of them were donated, so that was good.
Oh, that's nice.
So then, after that, we had what we had been calling the Drunk Knitting Workshop, because that's what Kel wanted to teach really badly. So lots of girls had brought, Alex from Oregon had brought a lot of beer with her for us all to try, which was very sweet of her, and I really appreciated the effort she went through to also get some gluten-free beers for those of us who are gluten intolerant and celiac and all of those other things. It was very nice. And so Kel decided that there was going to be a competition.
Oh.
An arm knitting competition.
Oh, I've heard about this. Yes.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of arm knitting.
I'm not either, and especially because it wasn't with giant yarn. It was with just chunky-ish yarn. Mm-hmm. So the gauge was a little loose.
Sounds like the whole thing was loose.
Hey, it was a fantastic time. So we had 3 contestants, Tanya T Knit Pearl, Christina Treasure Goddess, and Nicole Colors with Crayons. And it was very funny because Nicole was the one who was last. She kind of was chosen by Kel to participate, which was hilarious. And then won the whole thing. She was the fastest. Her gauge was not the best. Treasure Goddess had a fantastic gauge. She was even. I was very impressed with her work. She then also took out, I can't remember if she took out Tanya's or if she took out Nicole's and redid it. Beautiful gauge, though. I was like, I'm just so impressed. And then Tanya was the most enthusiastic. Yeah, we'll put it that way. And then we stayed up and just talked and knit and had some fun. And then had some fun taking photos, which was good. But yes, so on what I missed was Friday night. So Friday night there were a good amount of options. We had Langdweir, Misty bring in a whole bunch of board games for people to play. Nice. And you could play it throughout the weekend. You could sign them out and take them into the lobby and play them, or play them in your room. So on Friday, there were a bunch of games, different board games that were played. There was a D&D game that was led by Quiet Dissonance's husband, because they're local. So he ran that campaign, and apparently it was so much fun. I hope that we can have it again next time, and that, maybe it cannot be at the same time as Tiki. Because then about 6 of us.
Tiki's a big deal.
Well, it was fun.
Yes, I'm all for fun. Absolutely.
So one of our nerd girls, Geektastic Girl, is very into the Tiki scene, and she had found the Tiki bar called Tiki Cat down in Kansas City, and it was a lot of fun. 6 of us went. And had a great time, and it was a lovely evening. And then we came back and we played a few board games as well. But yeah, I've heard that everyone had a lot of fun doing all of those things. I mean,
it sounds like a blast.
Yeah, the campaign, the D&D campaign apparently had a freaking great time. So that was awesome. I'd love
to try that. I've never played.
Next we can, and you have a set of die.
I've got all kinds of dies. I know. Yes.
You could do it.
From what, 3 to 27?
Something like that. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that was retreat. It was so much fun. And actually Kel, Cavewoman, had her Instapics camera, but she had taken a bunch of pictures of her cat, Admiral Waffles. And so I was walking around with Admiral Waffles in my badge for a while. And then on Saturday night, she was taking pictures of different people. And so since Emily, Tanya, and I traveled together, she wanted a picture of us, and that is Emily and I Snape facing while Tanya does what Tanya does when told that someone wants to take her picture. Snape facing is pretty much what it sounds like. Snape facing. Snape face. Snape face. And Emily, I know you can. And Emily and I and a bunch of our friends from college have been doing it since about our senior year. We have some really great photos from graduation with them. So, yeah. And we have like a whole set from just last night. And then we got up at 4:30 this morning, got an Uber at 4:45, and we're back in New York or Philly by 11. So much fun. I'm so tired.
Because your flight was at 7.
Yes, my flight was at 7. Emily's flight was at 6:30 to Philly. Mine was supposed to be at 6:30 as well, but it got moved. But yeah, so that was the weekend. It was awesome. I have no voice.
How was the weather?
It was lovely. I wore shorts without leggings under them all weekend.
My God.
I know.
That's really warm.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was really lovely. But yeah, I think that it is time to weave in our ends. Do you have anything else?
I don't think so. Magazines were the big deal. Let me think. No, well, we have one more week on our work-along.
Mm-hmm.
This is my work-along, and you can see that this work-along plan has really helped me a great deal.
I'm failing at the work-along.
Well, I'm not going to finish mine, but I've moved along. So
I don't think I've put on any rows on any of my projects.
I have, and I'm really happy with that.
But I've finished 2 sweaters. Or 2 tops.
Yeah, really, you've done just not things that you named.
Yeah.
So we were successful in and of ourselves in getting a fair amount done. So that's good. And yes, I have a couple new things that are cast on, but one is my owl for Harry Potter Club, and the other's for my dad. So I think that's fine.
Yeah.
And this is coming along. I mean, double knitting takes time. So we have one more week on that. So get your pictures in of any finished projects.
Or your status that they're at on Saturday the 16th, because we will draw on the
Sunday.
17th.
Yes. So on Sunday.
Yes.
And so that's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we're going to Annapolis on that weekend, not the following weekend.
No, we have a wedding on that.
October 5th and 6th or something like that.
Okay.
So anyway, but we will be back on Sunday since your father's going to be sailing in the Columbus Day race that's on Sunday.
Columbus Day, is that early?
Yeah, I was shocked. The 5th is a Friday, so we're down there Friday and Saturday. The 7th Sunday is the Columbus Day race.
Columbus Day is on the 8th? That sounds early to me.
I thought so too. But it's often like the 10th, and they make it a Monday.
It's the 9th. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, all these Monday holidays. Anyway, so one more week on the work-along. And, if I ought to I'll put a thread up in Ravelry. So if you have any questions, I can't imagine. We give you all the information we have in our heads.
We have the chatter thread. You can post it
there. We do. You could post it in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that really is about it. Yeah. So we've enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Weave in those ends. You can get them done.
And we will see you next week.
Bye.